You are gorgeous, you know.
Perfect.
Hello broskis and welcome back to another edition of Buy or Buy. And if you're new here, I'm Erkin and this is the life of a broski, where of course I bring you sneakers, lifestyle, and more waffle than Captain Birdseye. Now this sneaker that we are reviewing today is divided a lot of people. I really do think that if this colorway came out closer to launch, these would have been received a lot better. But broskis, before we dive into this sneaker, make sure you hit up that subscribe button and smash a like on this video because it helps this channel out tremendously. But broskis, without any more waffle, on today's episode I am reviewing the Nike Air VaporMax 2020 black and dark grey. So we'll have a quick look around this box very swiftly, and to my surprise, this is from JD. So I bought them myself from JD, okay? You see the box? Do you see? Not a dent. Okay, there's one little dent. One little dent, but no holes, no box looking like it was in the FIFA World Cup 2022. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Air Force One recycled canvas pack, that box looked atrocious. But the box is pretty much what we've had on most of the recycled Move to Zero trainers. So it's Move to Zero here, the little jargon here with their little plan about zero emissions, the product code on this side, and on the back it reads,
"This product is made with at least 50% recycled content by weight, which reduces waste and our carbon footprint."
And that is pretty much it. So of course, as we open the box, you get the sneakers themselves. Oh, you are gorgeous, you know. But normally they don't give you the tissue, but with this one, they actually did the stuffing that holds them in shape. So there you have it, that's the box and pretty much every sign of waffle around it. Of course, this sneaker using recycled materials all over the sneaker. It's got a very nice message behind it. Now Nike claim that they want to get to zero emissions when it comes to producing their products. Of course, I weren't very much a fan of that platinum launch colorway, but we are going to see if this colorway does change my mind, and of course whether it can warrant that hefty price tag of £190. So going around this sneaker, of course we have the recycled polyester on that FLYKNIT upper, which of course is coloured in that black and dark grey mixture with the speckled use of different colours. Now on the lateral side we have that big Nike swoosh, which is more of a lighter grey. However, on the medial side there isn't much apart from that knitted look. And what replaces the lacing system is of course that FlyEase technology. Now how you tighten this sneaker is by pulling the locking mechanism at the back on the heel counter, and that tightens up that wiring to the FlyEase system, and by releasing it you just tug on that pull tab just above the tongue. Now I have spoken about my concerns to the FlyEase system on this sneaker before. I just question the durability and how well it will hold up over time. But we have that multicolored recycled look to the tongue, which does stand out on this dark themed sneaker. Going towards the back on the heel counter, just above that locking roped mechanism, there is that pulley on the top where your ankle would sit. And like most other FLYKNIT sneakers on the VaporMax model, there is that snug sock liner on the collar. And just below that, above the air sole, is the VaporMax branding. Now moving to the air unit on this sneaker, it is compiled of 75% recycled material, and compared to the other VaporMaxes, there is actually a lot of improvement. The improved stability on this sneaker is very evident by this air unit that is slightly lower in height, but also has this new and improved design. I'm a fan of the pattern and design, and also the color blocking. Most of the air sole is very transparent, but of course on some panels we have that black gradient. Now pulling out the insole, on the top it is that grey colorway with the circular Nike swooshes at the back. And if you turn it over, it is that blue recycled look. So broskies, there you have it. That is my first look at this black and dark grey colourway. And I've got to say, these are a lot more my cup of tea. This dark and stealthy look to this new VaporMax. It could potentially change my mind on this model. Now yes, this whole Move to Zero initiative, it does sound good. And I really do hope it does keep up. But the only thing I am skeptical about is all these recycled materials on these sneakers and clothing. I just really hope the quality isn't sacrificed. Of course, I did have that problem on my other platinum colorway where a part of the air sole was coming off. But in fairness to Nike, the compartments on this air sole on the black colorway, they do seem to be stuck on a lot better. Now for £190 here in the UK, and broskies, a little shameless plug, if you are interested in getting a pair and checking out the latest prices, I will leave a link in the description box. But when it comes to the sizing of this sneaker, it is very much true to size. I am normally a size 9 UK, and that is what I've ordered, and they fit just fine. Now like I've mentioned, the comfort on this sneaker, it's nowhere near on par with the creme de la creme, such as the Nike React Foam or some of the top line Air Maxes. It is a lot like Marmite. You either really like them or you don't, and I can only judge them by trying them on straight out the box. And in all honesty, I wasn't impressed. By any means, not the most uncomfortable sneaker, but miles off from the best. So out of 10, I'm gonna give a 7.5. And when it comes to the breathability of this sneaker, the FLYKNIT technology has never let me down. It just doesn't miss when it comes to the ventilation. And these aren't any different. I'm not sure if this sneaker is one to wear in the colder months, but a definite one for the summer. The breathability on this sneaker is top notch, and the recycled polyester keeps to its tradition. So out of 10 for breathability, I'm gonna give a 9.5. So broskies, you all know that platinum colorway to the VaporMax 2020, it wasn't my cup of tea. But of course, the stealthy look to this sneaker, has it changed my mind? And are these a buy or a buy? Now I've got to mention the price again. For £190, it is of course right up there when it comes to Nike's pricing. And when the VaporMaxes first dropped, they just looked very different to what was out there, so people were jumping to get them. But does this sneaker do any different to the previous VaporMax models? I'm gonna have to say yes and no. Other than this sneaker using recycled materials, it does feel very much like a VaporMax sneaker on foot. But what separates itself is of course that FLYKNIT system and that new and improved air sole. Now this isn't the best FLYKNIT system I have seen implemented on a sneaker. Like I've mentioned before in previous videos, I'm gonna have to give it to the Air Max 90 FLYKNITs. Even though it looked a bit wacky, but the practicality of putting them on, it just made it a little worth it. But the plastic tab on this FLYKNIT's technology, alongside that wired design, it just makes me a bit nervous when it comes to durability. But that's something we're gonna have to test over time. I do like the look of it on this sneaker, in particular that locking mechanism at the back, but how well will it hold up? Only time will tell. So the air sole on this sneaker, it has been recrafted compared to the other VaporMaxes, and in particular the weights bearing on this sneaker, it just feels a lot more stable. So broskies, overall, the waffle aside, does this colorway change my mind to the VaporMax 2020 FLYKNIT? And in all honesty, I'm gonna have to say yes. This dark and stealthy look to this new sneaker, for me, it actually has redeemed itself. Now of course, I am gonna question the durability to this sneaker, just because of the recycled panels and that FLYKNIT system. But time is gonna have to tell with a lot of my questions. But initially, trying them on straight out the box, this dark and stealthy colorway is not to be missed. So of course broskies, I am gonna give a buy. But broskies, let me know what you think. Has this colorway salvaged the VaporMax 2020? Were you a fan in the first place? Or are these a total miss from you? Leave your comments down below, and of course I will be pinning the best one. Anyways broskies, that's enough from me. I do hope you liked this video, and as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and of course, until the next episode, take care.